Hello, everybody. This is the next session with Jan. Jan, it's okay with you that we post this on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. So you want to tell us a little bit how your week has been and what great shifts you've seen this week?
Well, I think what I'm finding is that I'm talking, or we're dealing with some really heavy things for me, some very painful things, and I'm having, shifts and flips during the sessions, but I'm also having aha moments and processing. That's why I'm talking so much in processing also, and then afterwards, like the first half hour, or oh, that's why that happened, or that's why that shift, or the picture, or whatever, and then I'm good for about 2-3 days, and then more stuff comes up because I've got so much to deal with, and things that are related. Still having issues with my daughter. She had felt the need to tell me off and tell me what a terrible mother I was last Monday, and so that was really painful. So we worked on that.
Right.
One of the things that came up in a session that I was doing yesterday was that what hurt so bad was she said this several times, that you just don't have the motherly instinct, and that's why I didn't protect her and that type of thing. And I keep telling her I didn't protect her because I didn't know how. I wasn't protecting myself, and I didn't have the tools because my mother didn't protect me. And so anyway, so I found that she'd become more and more angry with me. No matter what I said, she'd be angry with me. And so what I realized yesterday was that what I heard her saying was that there was something in my character, the way I was born, that was defective, and I was really upset about it. I mean, it was really an insult, but I also realized that triggered. The reason I was so sensitive to what she said was that it triggered my father, treating myself and my brothers as though we were defective, that we had flaws, and that we were born with them because we were Jewish, on my mother's side. And so that was kind of an aha moment for me, that her, I don't know exactly what she meant, but it certainly affected me. And so I decided I wasn't going to have anything to do with her. And I decided I wasn't going to have anything to do with her, that I was just going to focus on my granddaughter. And so one of the things that she was angry with me about was that she doesn't like to talk on the phone. And so she texts me. And so if it's something important, I just get a text. If it's something, an issue with her ex-husband, I might get part of what's going on, but I don't get the whole picture. And, if something bad happens, I get a text, and then I don't get a text telling me that it's been worked out or whatever. And so she was just very, very defensive and very angry that I was asking her to call me. So yesterday she called me, told me some things, and then at the end she said, I told you I was going to try harder. I was going to work harder at calling you. And I thought, nah, you didn't say that. But my response was, it was nice to hear your voice. And that was one of the things I had been saying to her. When I hear your voice and we talk, I know you're okay. I'm not worried. I'm, not getting the inflections in the text messages, and I'm imagining all kinds of things, and I'm worrying myself sick, and, that kind of thing. So anyway, so that was kind of
when did she call? I didn't hear. When?
On her way home from work yesterday, she called me. Yeah. So I I think that she has a lot of anger. She was taught by my father and stepmother to hate me. And so started when she was about 14 that we started having problems. So what I found was, I guess I realized, Lana, was that I no longer feel guilty about the things that I did because I've forgiven myself, and I know that I've done the best that I could with the tools that I had, and that, I wasn't a bad mother. I do have a motherly instinct. So I was doing really well after the session, and then she had given me a book. Bless you.
Thank you.
Kind of like a baby book. Actually, it is a baby book. I'm thinking of it. She wanted to know about her life, and she wanted. I'm not sure exactly why she gave it to me. She gave it to me for Christmas, and it's very personal questions. But it's from the time that I found out I was pregnant, and we're talking, 42 years ago. I either the events, or they were bad because of my mother dying and because of her father leaving and so forth. And so I, guessing that what she's looking for is she wants to know about herself, and she needs some positive things about herself and some happy memories. And I have a lot of happy memories when she was young. So I decided to start making a list. And so it's kind of evolving, and I think I may go back and start from the beginning, like the book says, when I found out I was pregnant and so forth. And anything I come up with, I'm just going to write it, and I'm going to, print it out and buy a pretty notebook and give it to her for Mother's Day as this is your life. And then I'll give her the book back, and I'll say, do this for your daughter.
Cool.
It's just, I said, I can't remember any of these things, I mean, it was like, I had my first problem, teenage issue, and it was, I mean, the questions are awful. Anyway, so I'm trying to think. See what else I wrote down here. Sorry. Oh, this was the biggie for me. She has, and I. This has happened since. This was my aha moment. My session yesterday too was that, and it's really funny because we're doing our session, and then the other sessions are kind of like a continuation of what we started. Here's the thing. I was talking and I said, she's accused me of doing things that I know I didn't do. I mean, absolutely did not do. And she's angry when I tell her either that I don't remember doing it, and she thinks I've blocked it because I don't want to think about what I did to her, whatever. I mean, there most of the things that happened to her happened to me also. So anyway, so I was saying, she's accusing me of doing these things I didn't do. Well, that means that she thinks I'm lying, right? When I tell her that I don't remember this or it didn't happen. And I went, oh my, she's lying. Because it didn't happen. She's lying. Oh, she's making it all up. Because it's in the past and it's her perception. So it just, and I want to say it let me off the hook, but it's almost like, this is not about me at all. This is about her and her perception of what happened in her childhood. It reminded me of the time when I saw my father hit my mother and knock her down, and she hit her head on the wall and put a hole in the wall in her living room. And I remember that, thinking I remembered every detail. And my brother, a few years ago, my brother filled in a couple other things because he was there. And I didn't even remember that he was there. And I remember Robert saying that, that you can have two children and they both saw it differently. Well, he saw it from his perspective and I saw it from mine. And so now I'm realizing that in my daughter's mind, in her perception of what happened, even though I know it didn't, that it's okay that she did. And so I've decided if she becomes angry with me again, I'm just going to say, I acknowledge your anger and I'm sorry that you're angry and I love you. And, maybe that's part of what she's upset about is my not acknowledging that. She's saying that she wants me to acknowledge and take responsibility and admit that I screwed her life up. And I can't do that. And I think that's good. I've stopped blaming my father. I want her to stop blaming me. And I don't feel like that would help her. So anyway, it's been an interesting week. My self-image is getting better. I'm deliberately stopping when I get ready to go someplace, look in the hall mirror, and I'm not focusing on anything negative about myself. I'm focusing on, maybe I like my earrings that day or something. And one day I looked in the mirror and I had on something. I don't remember what it was, cute earrings or something, and a, colorful shirt or whatever. And I just went, cute. To run left. And I went, oh, that was different. And, and I was talking to a friend the other day about how difficult it is for me to say, I'm pretty, or to say that I'm beautiful. And, I know that when I get and I walk into a room, I know that people are looking at me because I look unusual enough that I stand out, and I wear bright colors a lot of the times, having real short hair, big earrings. I'm 5'7" with the bright colors. People see me, and not acknowledging that was really big. And this person keeps telling me I'm beautiful, this friend, and I said, I can't say that to myself. I can't look in the mirror and say, wow, you really look beautiful. And so I tried to say that when I was talking to him, and I couldn't do it. And I just kept saying, well, I know that people notice me. I know they do. And that's all I could say. So gotta work on it. I think, I worked on the emotions with the cracker with my mother. Do you remember the thing with my mother and the saltine? Okay, so I'm trying to tap, let it go, let it go, let it go back to that memory of my mother with the cracker. And I wrote down, I'm trying to memorize this: closeness, connection, intimacy, joy, love, and silliness. And that was kind of what I felt when I was with my mother. So I'm trying to take that and kind of give that to my daughter. So that's my gift to her. And so I'm hoping that I'll be able to accomplish that. But I think that I watched the number 5 video last night, and we had to do some tapping. There were some places that were still emotional for me. what I think the thing that came up, we tapped on my father insulting me because I was Jewish. What brings the what brought the emotion for me watching the video was how my father treated my brothers because they were Jewish. And so the way that he treated me, I'd say is probably, I don't know, maybe a 1. But the way that he treated my brothers is probably an 8. And so, yeah, so that was kind of where I ended last night. That was the issue, and I'm also having a lot of anxiety about owning this home. I'm in a townhouse because I didn't want the responsibility and have to look for someone to cut the grass or do it myself. And I bought my daughter a house 2 years ago, and now I'm looking for someone, trying to help her look for somebody to cut her grass, and doing a work day on Friday with my handyman, which means I'm his helper, and I'm too old to be, picking up heavy things and doing all this physical labor. And I don't want to. So I stress out. I become very anxious and very angry when we have to do a work day, because it's not my house. It's somebody else's house that we're going to hang blinds in. And, I don't know. I don't want her to have to take off work, but I just feel like, I know it's my responsibility because I own the house. So it's my investment. So I'm kind of torn. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want the responsibility, but I have it. And I have it for a couple more years. So we're doing landscaping Friday. He's going to spray the yard for dandelions. So I'm going to be around chemicals I wouldn't normally be around. And we're going to, off, and I'm going to clean up the mulch and the plastic, and it's, I'm his helper. So he remodeled my home, and I was his helper, and when it was done, I was ready to be done. It's a lot of hard work. So I don't want to do it anymore. So that's kind of the 2 things that are bothering me right now. And there's something behind this, the thing with the house. Maybe some resentment or something. It's really bothering me.
Okay, so go into that feeling of resentment. You want to be done with it. You have to lift heavy things, going to have to do things you don't want to do anymore. You've already done it, been there, done it.
Yeah.
And now you got to be there and do it again. And it's not even your house, even though it is your house. Where do you feel it?
It's always in my face.
Okay, how strong?
It'd be a 10. I'm just really angry.
Okay, does it have a color?
Black.
Does it have a shape?
An hourglass.
Okay.
When is it going to be over? It's like, she was supposed to buy the house from me last year, and now it's going to be 2 more years. And I thought it was going to be over. I was going to be out from underneath having this house and the house payments and maintenance. I don't want to do it. I don't want to worry about it.
Okay, you made some comment beforehand how you don't want to make her take a day off from work.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when it's her house? You don't own anymore, and she has to do this stuff, and she can't take a day off from work.
Well, I have to take a day off work. It's got a lot of vacation. I was hoping to take on more and more of the responsibility. And I said something to her one day, and she goes, do you don't not think I'm taking care of the house? Well, vacuuming the carpet is not taking care of the house. It's like she doesn't understand the maintenance on the house. And, you know,
And do you think when she buys the house, she's going to understand the maintenance of the house?
I'm going to tell her. I'm going to say, you call him. You had a work day. He gives discounts to single moms. And, you know, you call him and talk to him. You know, it's like I'm making the list for the work day on the computer. I sent it to her and sent it to him.
I understand, but why is it going to be different then than it is now?
Because I'm going to give myself permission to not have to do it.
And why do you have to wait till then to give yourself permission to not do it?
Because it's my house. It's what I would do, you know, when I have a house, I maintain it. You know, it's just like the kitchen dining room floor that's wood is the only thing in the house that's just worn out. So, you know, what you should do is put down tile. So I went and got price on tile and talked to my handyman Friday about laying tile. You know, well, I'm doing it for her, but I'm really doing it for me because this is an investment. It's my house.
Okay, so go into all that anger, all the resentment. You have to pay for the house. You have to do this hard work in the house. He's not doing anything. Did you grow up in a house when you were growing up?
Mm-hmm.
Who took care of the house?
My father.
Did you do it happily?
Oh, goodness, no. Well, when I was 4, they bought a new house. So wasn't a lot of maintenance on it for, you know, a long time. So.
Okay. How did it go there? Once it started having maintenance?
I don't remember.
Don't remember.
I know my dad did call. You know, back then you didn't call anybody in to do it. My father and my mother had a good working relationship. In fact, he worked a lot of hours. Mom cut the grass. So.
What about when you were married?
My husband's dead.
Husbands did it all.
Yep.
And now suddenly you got to do it.
Yeah, that's why I appreciate
no
my
husband,
hands so much.
No father. You got to do it all. Not even any sons.
I have a handyman.
You have a handyman.
That I treat like a son, so that he came over Saturday and hooked up my outside faucet. I couldn't do it. You know?
Okay, but you still have a lot of this on you that you're the one doing it now. Not supposed to be you.
That's why I'm in a townhouse. I don't want to do it. I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything.
I understand. Feel it all. Know how you feel it, how strong you feel it. That black hourglass.
Yeah.
In your face. And imagine a tree in front of you. Tree without roots. Imaginary tree. What would happen if I pulled it out?
It would die.
Nope. It would turn into butterflies and fly away. That's what imaginary trees do.
Good. Thank you.
And let's start tapping. Letting go of all fears.
Letting go of all fears.
Letting go of all sadnesses.
Letting go of all sadnesses.
Letting go of all emotional traumas.
Letting go of all most emotional traumas.
Letting go of the hopelessness.
Letting go of the helplessness.
Letting go of the hopelessness.
Letting go of the hopelessness.
The no control.
The no control.
The shame.
The shame.
The guilt.
The guilt.
The resentments.
The resentments.
The rejections.
Rejections.
The abandonments.
Abandonments.
The black hourglasses.
The black hourglasses.
The when is it going to be over?
When is it going to be over?
She was supposed to buy it.
She was supposed to buy it.
It's never going to be over.
It's never going to be over.
Don't want this house.
Don't want this house.
Don't want any house.
Don't want any house.
Let it all go.
Let it all go.
Safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
Time to let it go.
Time to forgive everyone involved.
Time to forgive everyone involved.
Including myself.
Including myself.
Most important, myself.
Most important, myself.
Time to change it to self-love.
Time to change it to self-love.
And self-acceptance.
And self-acceptance.
Just the way that I am.
Just the way that I am.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
We're all safe.
We're all safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. And say peace. Okay. Go back. Feel the resentment.
Just need to work on my attitude.
Okay. How do you feel that?
How do I feel it? I feel it like nobody's making me do this. It's my choice.
You're right.
Shut up. Okay, fine. That's actually a 7th house that I have owned.
Wow.
So I've had experience with houses. That's why I'm in a townhouse. Yeah.
Okay, so what's left of the resentment, the anger, the black hourglass? When's it going to be over?
Well, it's kind of like it's going to be over when I say it's over. The responsibility, there's certain things that I'm responsible for. You know, I put a security system in for it and I ask her to pay it, the monthly fee. Hopefully I can say, you're responsible for remembering to water your tree this summer. I kept it alive last summer. You know, if it dies, it dies. If you see little holes in the leaves, then you need to have somebody come out and sprinkle the stuff around there. You know, just
Right.
gotta do more. She just, I guess, since we don't talk, you know, I'm not communicating with her what I expect of her, you know, to do in her free rental house. That sounds terrible, you know, but I don't like I don't want to feel sarcastic or bitter because I'm, you know,
Feel the bitterness.
just, I guess I do.
That free
I don't
rental house. Feel the bitterness. Feel the resentment. That free rental house. She's getting a free rental house. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
However I know it.
However I know it.
However I feel it.
However I feel it.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
All the sensations.
All the sensations.
All the colors.
All the colors.
All the images.
All the images.
Everything else.
Everything else.
I change it to love.
I change it to love.
I change it to acceptance.
I change it to acceptance.
And I change it to forgiveness.
I change it to forgiveness.
For myself.
For myself.
For my daughter.
For my daughter.
And for everyone else involved.
And for everyone else involved.
Just the way that we are.
Just the way that we are.
We are safe.
We are safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
Peace.
Okay, go back. That free rental house.
Feels different.
Okay, what's
It,
different?
it feels like I bought her the house because I love her and I want her to have a home to live in. And she'll buy it when she can. She wants it to be her house too. That's her goal also. So
Okay, so when's it going to stop?
January 1st, 2017.
And what if she doesn't have
Uh,
the money?
you know what? I think she'll have the money because I think that's her goal also. Even if she can only pay half the house payment, you know?
So how are you feeling about it now?
I'm feeling like she's doing the best that she can. And I don't want, okay, here's the point. When I get to the point where I feel like I'm enabling her to not be responsible for something to do with the house, then I need to stop. And turning over, watering the tree and keeping the tree alive and healthy is something I need to turn over to her. Um, the only thing she's having somebody come mow the grass, but other than that, anything outside, she's not doing one single thing outside. And she probably won't ever, garden
And how are you going to feel about that, though?
um, better, much better.
Okay.
It's like whatever I do, it's not just that she didn't care whether the mulch was running off. She didn't even notice it.
Mm-hmm.
The house across the street is absolutely beautiful. Um, probably, I'd say probably $50,000 more house than hers. But their landscaping and the painting and everything is just really pretty. So, yeah. So I feel like my obligation is to do what I set out to do to get her moved in, having the banister repaired and painted. And but anything else I do, if I decide to plant some flowers, one of her bushes died, I'll probably put a new bush in there, and I'll say you need to water it. And the same thing with the landscaping. I don't
Okay.
know that the
Hold,
tiering. I don't think I want to plant anything.
hold on just 1 second again. You're going back to the I'm going to do for you, but then you have to take over. How do you think she's going to feel about that?
Um,
How are you going to feel? How are you going to feel when she doesn't take over? You put the money into
yeah.
to put the bush in, and she's not taking over. How are you going to feel about that? She might not. I'm not predicting anything. I'm just asking you how are you going to feel if that situation comes up.
Well, you know what? How to take care of that? Just pull out the dead bush. And if she wants a bush there, she can buy a bush.
Okay.
If she wants, I'll trim her rose bushes, and then I'll say you need to trim the rose bushes in the fall. Your rose bush, excuse me. Um, I don't know. Maybe talking to her and saying, I'd like for you to be able. I'd like to see you do more, of the stuff outside, or have somebody do it for you if you
Okay.
don't feel like.
I'm going to purposely provoke you right now. Okay. She says no. I don't want to.
Well, she won't say that. She might say, "I'll do the best I can," or "I'll try."
And then she
Then
won't
I
do it.
then I need to let it go.
Okay. How do you feel about that? See it in your mind.
In the fall, and she hasn't trimmed the rose bush,
Yep. See
which,
it in your mind.
which looks really horrible right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I need to tell myself it was her choice.
How do you feel?
I feel like some frustration.
Feel the frustration.
and some anger.
Feel it.
Yeah.
And start tapping. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
It's time to let it go.
Time to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
I take my power back.
I take my power back.
And I let her keep her power.
And I let her keep her power.
We're all safe.
We're all safe.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
Peace.
Okay, you went and planted that rose bush, and she's not cutting it.
Actually, it's already there.
Hmm?
It's there.
Okay, well, she's not cutting it. See yourself in the fall.
She didn't trim it last year.
She didn't trim it. How you feeling?
Right now I'm upset because I was going to trim it Friday, and I'm going to be stuck with the thorns.
Okay.
And it's going to be worse because now it's growing because it's spring.
Feel that?
Okay.
Start tapping. I'm going to be stuck with the thorns.
I'm going to be stuck with the thorns.
It's growing now.
It's growing now.
And I get the thorns.
I get the thorns.
She gets the roses.
She gets the roses.
I get the thorns.
I get the thorns.
Let it go.
Let it go.
All the sensations.
All the sensations.
All the feelings.
All the feelings.
All the emotions.
All the emotions.
And everything else.
And everything else.
Let it all go.
Let it all go.
It's all me. It's all me.
It's all me.
I'm doing it to myself.
I'm doing it to myself.
She didn't ask for it.
She didn't ask for it.
I asked for it.
I asked for it.
I let it go.
I let it go.
I lead my life.
I live my life.
I let her lead hers.
I let her lead hers.
We're both safe.
We're both safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
Yes. She didn't ask me to trim the rose bushes. She didn't ask me to do the landscaping. Bummer.
Okay, she didn't trim her rose bushes. How you feeling?
That it's kind of like when people say, "Oh, you must love gardening because your flower, your garden and whatever is really, really pretty." And I say, "No, I don't like it at all. I just like pretty flowers. And if I'm going to have pretty flowers, I've got to do the work."
Right.
So that's kind of it. I decided that her front yard would look better if the hump was tiered so the mulch wouldn't run off. And so my handyman and I decided we were going to tier it, and I'm going to pull up the plastic and put down fresh mulch to make it look pretty for her. I'm doing it so it looks pretty for her because I love her, because she's my daughter.
So who's in control here?
I am, absolutely.
Right.
So, and I went to her house today, and there was a flower pot on the kitchen island with a dead tulips that I bought for my granddaughter for her birthday, and they just fell over and they're laying there dead. And I told her she could plant the bulbs in the fall. She won't know how to do that, but it's just laying there. I'm like, I would have had that cut and laid down the garage to, just like, she's going to kill her plants, and it's not her thing,
Right. It's your thing.
It's her thing, yeah. I think she may like dandelions. I don't know. Her neighbor's yard is full of them, completely full. So
it's really hard to get rid of when you have a neighbor who has full of dandelions.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get rid of.
And I think, the only reason she's going to cut the grass is because the city used to give them notices at her other house that she used to live at when her husband wouldn't cut the grass. So she knows it has to be cut.
Right.
She didn't want to get in trouble. It's not that she wants the grass cut. She just didn't want to get in trouble.
Right. All right.
So, okay.
Okay. Anything else around there?
No, what I'm feeling like is I've been anxious about getting this banister painted because I've tried for 2 years to do it. And once it's done, I'll feel like I'll feel like that what I had planned on doing to move her into the house is done.
Okay, well, why haven't you done it in 2 years?
Pardon?
Why haven't you done it?
Because every time we scheduled a work day and my handyman was going to come over and do it, she'd find other things for him to do inside the house, or it would rain, or I'd schedule somebody else, and her lawn guy would be sick and in the hospital. And then, I mean, it's like, no, I've not been able to get, I know somebody else that paints. Going to have him do it in the fall. September 1st, he starts hanging Christmas lights around the city. So getting someone, I called some other people that painted my ceilings, and she didn't call me back. And so getting someone who's committed to doing that, I just haven't been able to do it.
You said that it's been frustrating you that you haven't managed to get that banister done, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you said that once you get that banister done, you're going to be finished putting her into the house the way that you want to put her into the house.
Right.
Okay, what bad things are going to happen if you get that done? Because you've mentioned a few things beforehand. The house is going to be hers, and she's not going to take care of it.
Yeah. It's like, that's the last thing. Okay, I'm letting go. You take care of all the maintenance from now on.
But
and
you,
the fear is,
you know she's not going to do it.
Yeah, the fear is that she isn't, and that I can't let go.
Right.
You know.
Okay, so feel that feeling.
Okay.
And start tapping. She isn't going to take care of it.
She isn't going to take care of it.
And I can't let go.
And I can't let go.
So don't want this thing to happen.
So don't want this thing to happen.
I let that go.
Let that go.
It's safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
However I know it.
However I know it.
However I feel it.
However I feel it.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
Whoever gave it to me. All the sensations.
All the sensations.
All the colors.
All the colors.
And everything else.
And everything else.
I change it all to self-love.
I change it all to self-love.
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love.
For me.
For me.
For my daughter.
For my daughter.
For my granddaughter.
For my granddaughter.
For a 100-pound dog. And for everyone else involved.
I would not have a 100-pound dog.
Let it all go.
That's another issue. Let it all go.
I am safe.
I am safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
Okay.
Okay, she's not going to take care of it. She's not going to keep up the maintenance on your beautiful house. How does it feel?
It feels better. It feels like this is the last big thing that needs to be done.
But you knew that before.
This necessary. I'm sorry.
But you knew that before already. That's not you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's different?
I feel less stressed about it. It's almost like I'm gone from I'll never get this done. I'll never get this done to we're going to get it done.
Okay.
We're going to get it.
Anything left up, I'll never get this done.
Yeah, there's about actually there's still about 4 there.
Okay, how do you know?
I just do. Because
Okay.
I can feel it right here.
Feel it? Know how you feel it? Step into it and let it go.
Okay.
Safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
Safe to change it to unconditional love.
It's safe to change it to unconditional love.
For that banister.
For that banister.
For myself.
For myself.
For my daughter.
For my daughter.
For Chris
for Chris
and anyone else involved.
and anyone else involved.
It's all love.
It's all love.
And we're all safe.
And we're all safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
Peace.
Okay, go back. She's not going to keep up the maintenance. If you finish that and you get let go, she's not going to keep the maintenance, and your house is going to go to pots. Going to fall apart. How do you feel?
I feel pain in my ears and my jaw. I'm trying to walk through the house going, what other major things need to be done,
Mm-hmm. Watch it, see it, feel it, and tap. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
It's my gift to her.
My gift to her.
She can do with it what she wants.
Do with what she wants.
Can't control her.
Can't control her.
I can only control myself.
Only control myself.
I can decide to give her more gifts.
I can what?
Decide to give her more gifts.
I can decide to give her more gifts.
But it's my choice.
But it's my choice.
The power's in my hands.
Power's in my hands.
And I keep that power.
And I keep the power.
I let everything else go.
And let everything else go.
And as I do, my whole world changes for the better.
And as I do, my whole world changes for the better.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
Peace.
She's not going to keep up the maintenance. The house is going to go to the pots.
I've had so many bad things happen to me in my life. It's kind of like I've been, it's like dreading, oh, great, what's going to come up next? What's going to come up next?
Feel that?
And
okay, start tapping. What's going to come up next?
What's going to come up next?
So many bad things.
So many bad things.
Don't know what's going to come up next.
Don't know what's going to come up next.
I let it go.
I let it go.
Safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
Time to let it go.
Time to let it go.
Ask better questions.
Ask better questions.
You'll get better answers.
You'll get better answers.
What good thing's going to happen next?
What good things are going to happen next?
What wonderful thing's going to happen next?
What wonderful things are going to happen next?
Why do only good things happen to me all the time?
Why do only good things happen to me all the time?
We're all safe.
I've never said that before.
That was your problem. Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
Peace. Down to about a 2. It's that like the fear of like when we'd have a hard freeze and I'd say, you need to go downstairs and open the cabinet door in the basement because it's or things like that, or run downstairs and make sure that the creek hasn't overflowed into your yard, which is coming in your walkout basement. I mean, it's because I had a house that flooded twice.
Right.
So I know that part, where that comes from. That comes from my house being flooded, my basement being flooded. Okay. So yeah, it's like, would you please remember to go down and open that cabinet door?
Okay. Want you to go back to those flooded houses, see them.
Oh.
And start tapping those flooded houses.
It was the same house.
My flooded house.
My flooded house.
All the floods.
All the floods.
Let it all go.
Let it all go.
Safe to let it go. Time to let it go.
Time to let it go.
I'd rather see the splitting of the sea.
I'd rather see the splitting of the sea.
Than the big flood.
Than the big flood. Creek water.
Choose to see the splitting of the sea.
Yeah, I just saw that movie.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
We're all safe.
We're all safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
Peace.
Okay.
Well, you know, if my house hadn't flooded, we wouldn't have gone up against the city. The city wouldn't have bought the house. I wouldn't have gotten half of what we made on it in the 5 years in my divorce, and I wouldn't have had the nice down payment to put on my house here, my
Look at that.
townhouse. So thank you, God, for flooding my house.
See?
That sounds a little weird.
No, it doesn't sound weird because that's exactly the point. Everything
Yeah.
that happens is for your better in your better interest. God always has your better interest in mind, even if you
Oh,
don't see it.
okay. So here's the thing. This lady, I'm going to have this lady come over and paint the banister.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have my daughter spread the little banister, see if she can decorate it. And I'm going to say, well, I guess I could say, could you take off that day and work with her? You know, my daughter's a terrible painter. She's a terrible painter. So, okay, I'll think of something. But I've tried to involve her in everything I'm doing, you know, so that she feels some ownership. Maybe she'll take care of it.
She doesn't feel any ownership.
Yeah, probably not. She keeps thinking I'm going to throw her out.
She doesn't feel any ownership whatsoever.
You're right. She doesn't. Okay. Yeah, I'll let go of that.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
Time to let it go.
Time to let it go.
When I'm ready to let it go.
What was that?
When I'm ready to let it go.
When I'm ready to let it go.
She might be ready to take it over.
She might be ready to take it over.
Everything else is safe.
Everything else is safe.
We're all safe.
We're all safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
All right. I just need to go over Friday. We'll do some landscaping. Unless it rains. It's 40% chance of rain. Hey, if it rains, I could say, I'll pay for this. Would you mind taking off the day and working with Chris?
Mm-hmm.
I'll
But
do that.
there's one thing that I've learned in life. We'll close this again. I don't want to sound like I'm... Okay. How do you feel now about getting that banister painted?
I feel more aware of the frustration of not getting it done and the why is it not getting done, but also realizing that when we didn't get it done the first time, that I kind of put it in my head, I'm never going to get this done. Because then I try again and I'm never going to get this done and try again, probably 4 times now, trying to get this banister painted.
Okay.
So
let's try positive tap here and see what you feel in your body. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
I get this banister painted.
I get this banister painted.
It looks so beautiful in the house. And I feel I've done my duty.
I feel like I've done my duty.
I give it over to my daughter.
I give it over to my daughter.
And she can do with it as she wishes.
And she can do with it as she wishes.
It's no longer my responsibility.
It's no longer my responsibility.
It's her responsibility.
It's her responsibility.
We're all safe.
We're all safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
Peace.
Okay, how'd that feel?
Better.
And any resistance?
I'm feeling like this is part of letting go. Getting it painted is part of letting go and part of the completion. You know, presenting her with this house. Presenting her with a house that needs the banister painted is not what I wanted. So getting this done because I love her and I want the house to look nice for her rather than it's my property, and it's my responsibility. It just has a lot to do with the attitude. And I think that, and I think, you know what? It's going to get done. It's going to get done because it's part of my plan.
Good.
Putting the tile on the floor in the kitchen and dining room. Wow. Yeah. That feels like part of it too. Because if we put that down, the kitchen and dining room would look new. I mean, the cabinets and everything are in that good a condition that putting tile floor down that I get at a surplus store would make the kitchen look new. And then everything's done. There's nothing else to do inside for me. That's it.
All right, so how are you feeling now? The whole matter with the house, the hourglass, the black hourglass. When's it going to be done? When's it going to be over?
I don't feel it anymore. I feel like that this was a project I started 2 years ago to get the house fixed up for my daughter so she can move into it, and I just hadn't completed it. And so when I go over there, I drive up and I see the banister peeling. I haven't finished the project. I haven't finished what I started, and that's not me. So it feels so much better. It's like it's not this horrible, ugly thing looking at me. It's just part of the project.
And how do you feel about if your daughter doesn't continue the upkeep of the house?
Right now, we're gonna do the front. We're gonna get it to where it looks nice. It's gonna have to be her choice. I'm not gonna replace the shrub. I'm gonna say, we're pulling up this shrub for you. If you'd like to put another one down there, it's a boxwood. I didn't have time to trim the rose bush. I'm gonna let you do it. It's just it's things I don't want to do, and why should I have to do them if I don't want to do them? Okay. So yeah, if I feel better. I feel it's probably a 1.
Okay, feel that 1.
Okay,
and let it go.
Okay, let it go.
Safe, let it go. Time to let it go.
Time to let it go.
Time to change it to love.
Time to change it to love.
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love.
For her.
For her.
For myself.
For myself.
For the house.
For the house.
And for everything else.
And for everything else.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace.
Peace.
Okay.
It's good.
Good.
I'm seeing myself at my daughter's house. Everything's finished, and we're standing in the front yard looking at it, and we're both really, really happy. It feels good. It feels complete for me, and it's pretty for her.
Good.
And we were done.
Excellent. So
yeah.
I look forward to hearing next week about all the wonderful shifts.
Me too. Me too. I think, what I'm finding is that when I get through with a session with you, the thing that I kind of take a deep breath and I go, it's okay. I'm okay.
Yep.
Yay! So thank you. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Okay. I love you.
Love you too.